Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. And I thought it was only fair that I would do a video giving you an update of how I've been doing. Since the last time I've sent out an email, it's been 2 years. Actually, the last time I sent out an email blast, it was in February of 2022. And today is January 26th, 2024. So it's been 2 years. So it's only fair for me to give you an update of how I've been doing, what has happened the past 2 years, and where am I at. I know so many people have so many questions, and it's just so hard for me to individually tell everyone who has contacted me or checked up on me, what's been going on with my life or what's been going on since my dad got sick and passed away from COVID. It's been a whirlwind, I will say. I'm just going to have an honest talk, just not so professional. I'm actually in my home. I just wanted to be a nice little update, a nice little talk, and give you some insight of what's been going on in my life and where I'm at right now. So, let me take a sip. I'm drinking yerba mate. I still drink coffee. I love coffee. But I'm going to try to ease on the coffee a little bit and start drinking tea. And I've been drinking yerba mate. And for those that know, you know. So cheers. So I'm not going to make this video too long. There's just been so much that has happened. And I think the best way to keep you truly updated is to share little by little in my social media and just talk about things that has happened, that a lot of things that happened beyond my control. And all I had to do was, not all I had to do, but and what I had to do to handle the issues that I couldn't control. For example, like my father being hospitalized, and he was in the hospital for a month and a half before he passed away. February will be actually 3 years. February would actually be 3 years because he passed away February of 2021. So yeah, it's been a lot. Like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to kind of give you a gist of everything that's happened. But since my father passed away, I had to sell my mother's home in Orlando. At that time, I was living in Fort Lauderdale. I'm not living there anymore. And I'll get to that soon too. There's just so much. But make the long story short, I helped my mother sell the home. She moved in with me, lived with me for 6 months. During this time period, it caused a strain with my husband, my ex-husband now, because we are divorced. Friends, but divorced. I guess during that time period is just everything changed. Everything changed. I couldn't stop it from changing. I had to go with the flow, which my ex-husband that's his favorite tagline, go with the flow. And I really did have to go with the flow. And I wasn't happy about it. It emotionally took me on a downward spiral. I wasn't eating properly. I was losing a lot of hair. I lost a lot of weight. I couldn't concentrate teaching my classes. And it was just so much for me to handle that my body took a toll. And so we did get separated, and my mother ended up getting her own apartment in Vero Beach. Now, my mother, God bless her soul, she's an amazing woman. She was with my father for 50 years, so since she was 20 years old. So I couldn't put her in an apartment right after my dad passed away. She needed to live with me, and I needed my mom at that time period. The timing was perfect because I was going through a separation and my mother lost her husband, and my brother is a pilot, so he's flying, traveling, doing all these things. So it was just only me and my mother. And we were there for each other until she was strong enough to get her own apartment in Vero Beach, one of the apartments she wanted to live with my father, where they both wanted to retire together. Um, I ended up renovating my home in Fort Lauderdale. It was just me living there after my mother moved to Vero Beach and my ex-husband moved out. And so I decided to take that time to renovate the house, and eventually I wanted to live there, but my mother needed me and I needed her. So that made me want to move closer to her, and now I have my house rented out as a vacation rental. So in other words, I do 30-day rentals. That home is slowly going to become an Airbnb, and hopefully I'll have it up and running by February. So I have that in the works. Again, I'm not trying to make this a long story. Lived in Melbourne. My grandmother died also in July of 2022. My dad died in 2021 and my grandmother died of cancer, lung cancer, in 2022. She wasn't a smoker. It was asbestos from growing up in Peru. She had it when I was 15, overcame it, and it got her again at the age of 93 years old. So she did live a full life. I was with her before she was hospitalized. We were with her a whole week. And the day that she decided to leave us and go to heaven, she woke up in the morning and said, "Today I'm going to be with God," and closed her eyes, and she never woke up. And she passed away at 2 o'clock that same day. I do miss my grandmother. Forgive me if I get emotional. It's been a lot, and I haven't spoken about my grandmother in a while. So my grandmother was a saint, and I know that she's up in heaven as a saint, as the saint that she was here on earth. So I'm happy for her because I know she lived a full life. And for her to say, "Today I'm going to be with the Lord." That's what she said. "Today I'm going to be with the Lord," and close her eyes. I know where she's at. Whether you believe it or not, my heart knows that she's in a better place. Let me take a second to gather myself. All right. Okay, I'm back. So that was a very tough 2021, 2022, 2023 is when I officially moved to Melbourne in March. And trying to adjust to my new life, my losses, a new city, still working my deals in Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Thank you to everyone who continued to work with me during this time period, and helping me transition to my new town and new city, my new life. The good stuff, let's just not focus on the bad. So the good thing I will share is during this time period, I was able to meet someone who really uplifted me, and you probably saw pictures of him and I online, and that's Eric. And hopefully one day all of you guys will meet him. If not, please follow my social media because I will post about us and him and I together. And the timing was again perfect. It helped me realize that my husband and I weren't going to get back together. It helped me realize that where the universe or where God was leading me was here in Brevard and Volusia County, the Space Coast area. And we had so much in common because he too was divorced. So I waited a year separated from my husband before I realized that, divorce was the next step. And then I filed. And we're friends. He helps me out with the home in Fort Lauderdale still. It was just a matter of our lives going through difficult times, and a lot of things started coming out, and we started realizing what was making us happy, and life is short, and is this what we want? And we were together for 16 years total, and I do wish him well. We are friends, so I do stay in contact with him. But it was just, like I said, I couldn't control what was happening. I couldn't make things right. I couldn't get my father healthy and overcome COVID. I couldn't help my grandmother overcome cancer. I couldn't leave my mother in an apartment right after I sold her house. I needed to be with her. She needed me, and I needed her. I couldn't fix my relationship with my husband when we had drifted apart because I had to take care of my family, and he ended up taking care of his family too. His mother also too got sick. She's doing well. So again, sometimes life, what is it? They throw lemonades and you have to, no, sometimes life throws you lemons and you have to make lemonade out of it. That's where I'm at. But yes, to move forward from that time period, meeting Eric really helped me get back on my feet again and overcome a lot of the pain and hurt that I endured. And he's a great guy. And I'll have another story about him, another video of how we met and how I had a feeling that I think this guy is really good for me. So that'll be another video. So fast forward to now. I do have my home in Fort Lauderdale. Again, I'm setting it up to be rented on Airbnb instead of monthly rentals. It's just very hard for me to go back to Fort Lauderdale, clean the house, do any necessary updates, get it rented, and then come back to where I'm at. I really need to stay focused on this new area and developing my business and my name up here. And I still am in contact with all my friends in South Florida, and if I haven't reached out to you yet, you will hear from me soon. Please note too that it's just been a lot, so don't take anything personal against me if you haven't heard from me or I haven't updated you. It's just so much, and as you can see, it still makes me emotional talking about it, and I think it's only right that I can reach out as to many of my contacts from this video instead of trying to get everyone updated one by one. So I know you guys understand that, and you understand that I am doing this video with a lot of love and only so thankful for everyone who's been supportive and understanding and there for me and offered, whatever help I needed. That's something I take with me in my heart every day. So thank you to everyone. So fast forward to now. My office is with Keller Williams Space Coast, and if you're not familiar with the Space Coast area, that is where SpaceX and NASA is in Cape Canaveral. My office is in Cocoa. The downtown area is called Cocoa Village. The beach area is called Cocoa Beach. I was at Melbourne. I no longer live in Melbourne. I moved to Edgewater, which is in Volusia County. It's the next county over, just north of Titusville. And what brought me up here was Eric. When you come to Volusia County, this is when Florida starts to begin feeling like Georgia, because it's very rural, more woodsy. It's just a different vibe up here. Brevard still reminds me of South Florida. Volusia County reminds me of St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Georgia, if that makes sense. So I get the best of both worlds here in Edgewater. If you saw the clip in the beginning, it's the backyard of where I live. It's a lot of wildlife here. It's a lot more slower pace. People are really friendly. They say hello. No Peruvian restaurants. So if there's anyone out there that wants to do a Peruvian business up here with me, I'm all in it. We need to teach everyone around here how great Peruvian food is. And I know I still go to South Florida and still enjoy my Peruvian restaurants, like Bravo and Aromas del Peru and Ceviche 105. But I would love to do something up here. So in Brevard or Volusia, if you want to do something. So with that being said, I just wanted to give you an update of what has gone on with me since you last heard from me. I know people see me. I'm in Miami. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I'm in Palm Beach. I'm in Melbourne. I'm in Cocoa Beach. I'm in Daytona. I'm in Port Orange. I'm in New Smyrna Beach. Yes, there used to be this. Who remembers Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? I'm gonna start a segment or a blog called Where in the World is Zuli, because where in the Florida am I? Because I am everywhere. And I consider myself very blessed to be able to travel, not only out of state, but travel within Florida. I am a Florida girl, born and raised in Miami. I just love Florida and I love traveling. I'm still doing the same things, except I'm not teaching fitness classes yet. I don't think I'll be teaching classes like I was in South Florida, only because it just took a lot out of me. Trying to do my business as a real estate agent. I still DJ. I now teamed up with another agent here in Cocoa Beach who is a fitness instructor, DJ, and an agent. So he's the male version of me. So his name is Waylon Duff. And I'm part of his entertainment company called Blue Skies Entertainment in Brevard. So I have gotten DJ gigs with him, plus doing my underground clubs, restaurants, nightlife, entertainment. I'm still part of the Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment. I'll be going to Las Vegas in February. That's going to be a good time. It's going to be with other Keller Williams agents and, of course, sports and entertainment. We also do, like a little conference or a gathering together to meet all the other agents who's also part of the division all across the United States. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, that's basically everything that happened in a nutshell, I think. And if there's anything I want to share with you, I will do more videos like this. Because I think this is a great way for me to stay in contact with everyone, and you guys can, get an update on me. And if you guys want to reach out to me, just message me. And I know so many people have asked me, when are you going to come down to South Florida? Let's get some coffee. Let's get together. I would love to. And I was hoping to be able to do that last October and stay at my house in Fort Lauderdale, because I was going to be in between tenants. But the tenant actually extended their lease and I only had one day to clean the house before the next tenant came in. So I couldn't really stay in Fort Lauderdale and visit as with many of my friends and colleagues and clients while I was there. But I have done drives down, like a 1 day drive, to do showings, to handle my listings down there. And now, this year, 2024, my goal is to start advertising homes here in Brevard and Volusia County. The home prices are half of what you will pay in South Florida. South Florida, beautiful. I love my hometown. But it's really hard for a lot of my friends that I've grown up with and people that have lived there for since the 80s or 70s to afford real estate, because salaries are not going up, and but prices for rent and purchasing have been skyrocketing. It's tripled. We have this mentality of like, when I buy my first home, it's going to be my forever home. Yeah, that was back in maybe in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. But now it's not even about that. It's about investing your money in real estate to eventually get your dream home, you know? And that's unfortunate, but things do change. And my dad always taught me life is not fair, but you are strong. It's not fair, but you have to be strong to roll with the punches. And you can't fight how life changes sometimes. You just have to go with the flow. And I'm learning to go with the flow. And if you try to fight how the market is going, you're going to miss out. And I say that because you can't control what the market is going to be or how the market is turning out. You either have to accept it and try to get into the game, or you just completely stay out of it and just rent. But even renting is expensive. So is it worth fighting it and missing out, or get in the game and start making your money work for you? Some of you may agree with me, some of you may not. You know, I'm going to really tell you like it is. The house I'm living at right now, it's not bought. I didn't buy it. I'm renting it. And I'm doing that because I just wanted to make sure this part of town, I was going to like it. Prices here are reasonable. And, you know, I want to make sure that I'm 100% back on my feet again, and stable, so I can purchase another property. And so sometimes you do have to rent. If your goal is to purchase a property, it's always going to be there. Sometimes you have to get your finances squared away and up and running before you can take the plunge. I have to do it. You know, I'm not different from any homeowner out there. We all have to do it. And if it takes 2 years before I purchase my next property up here, then it takes me 2 years. It's a goal of mine. And you just have to stay focused. And yes, life is going to come with crazy obstacles that is going to knock you backwards. But you still have to get up every day and make your goals your motivation. And that's basically, so many times I've wanted to give up. I wanted to just throw in the white towel and just give up on everything. But something kept me going. I guess it was my need to take care of my mother. It was my need to take care of myself mentally, emotionally, physically. And I have my 2 dogs that I got to take care of. And just those little things was my motivation. But now that I'm back on my feet again, at least I feel that I am, I think my goal now is to really start doing real estate up here in Brevard and Volusia County. So I will be showing my houses that are affordable. You can get a 3-2 single family home in the 350s, more or less. What it used to be in South Florida a couple of years back. And you may not want to even live here. You may want to rent it out and do Airbnb or just rent it out to yearly tenants. There's so many options out there. That's what I'm doing with my house in Fort Lauderdale. And it's good income on top of, selling houses, on top of DJing, on top of still focusing on fitness and nutrition. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Don't give up. I hope 2024 is the most magical year we can ask for. And I say that with hope, with optimism, with love in my heart, and just full of thankfulness that I am here, I'm alive, I have 2 feet, and I can get up every morning, give thanks, and just keep going. So, with that being said, cheers to 2024. You'll be seeing more videos from me, more updates. You'll be getting more emails from me. And if there's anything if anything you want to ask me, just ask me. Reach out to me. Send me a message, leave me a comment. I am not afraid to share anything with you. As you can see, it takes me time though, because I need to figure out what is going on and evaluate my life. I don't want to do a play-by-play of all the things I was going through or will go through. But I did learn a lot. I learned a lot. I'm a lot wiser than I was before. Stronger, way much stronger, I hope. I have my moments, but I still get up and pick myself up and I keep going. So again, thank you guys for listening to me. I know this is probably a video that's taken longer than I wanted to do. I was saying a 5-minute video. Without editing, it's already been 30 minutes. So it's a lot. It's a lot to share, and I'm not afraid to share it with you guys. Again, reach out to me if you have any questions. Ask me. I have no problem sharing or giving out any information that you guys may want from me. And let me know what you want to hear. What questions do you have? Anything. Real estate, music, fitness, nutrition, how my hair is finally growing back. Have you guys noticed it? I mean, I kept cutting it because it was just kept breaking and breaking and falling. But now this is the longest it's been for several years now. So, and I'll share my secrets, what I learned. I learned a lot. So again, all right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening to me. I hope to hear from you soon, and just a lot of love. Mwah.